Ephesians 5 verses 22-33. 22 wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. 23. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. 24. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands, in everything. 25. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church, and gave himself up for her. 26. To make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word. 27. And to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle, or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. 29. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. 31. For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Dear, this is a profound mystery, but I am talking about Christ and the church. 33. However, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. In this passage from the book of Ephesians, the Apostle Paul provides important guidance for the relationship between husbands and wives. He instructs wives to submit to their husbands as they do to the Lord, emphasizing that the husband is the head of the wife, just as Christ is the head of the church. This submission is meant to mirror the church's submission to Christ. At the same time, Paul emphasizes the responsibility of husbands to love their wives sacrificially, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Husbands are called to love their wives as their own bodies, caring for them and nourishing them. This sacrificial love mirrors Christ's love for the church, as he gave himself up for her to make her holy and blameless. Paul's teaching reminds us of the profound mystery of the relationship between Christ and the church, and how it is reflected in the relationship between husbands and wives. Both are called to love and submit to one another in a way that reflects Christ's love for the church and the church's submission to Christ. This passage serves as a reminder to both husbands and wives of their roles in marriage and the importance of sacrificial love, mutual respect, and submission to one another. Ultimately, it points us back to the example of Christ's love for the church as the ultimate model for marital relationships.